operating like I said, we have for the past 10 years.
We're visiting with Josh Spear, the head coach of the Smithville Warriors, here on the pregame show. Coach, who are some of the players for our fans here in Southeast Kansas that will stand out on the field for you today?
Offensively, Drake O'Neal, he's our playmaker on the outside. We try to get him the balls in a variety of different ways. He's an explosive athlete out there. And our offensive line, man, those guys they're studs up there. They work their tails off. They're big. They're physical. They're what we hang our hat on offensively, is that offensive line. And our running back, Lyndon Russell, this week, he's a senior that's really stepped up into a big role this year. He's been doing a phenomenal job. And our quarterback, Peyton Steffen, he's a kid that keeps getting better every week, and we're able to throw a little bit more at him week in and week out. Defensively, once again, our defensive line with Isaac Yoder, Aiden Robinson, Trevor Nitchie, Cole Becker, those guys are doing a great job up front of controlling the line of scrimmage for us and letting our backers with Jake Cruz, Hayes Middleton, and Jay Surratt kind of flow around and make some plays from the linebacker position. So it's kind of a collective effort. We really pride ourselves, kind of like Pittsburgh does, of being really good up front, being a tough physical football team, and trying to win the line of scrimmage.
As you prepared this week for the Dragons, what kind of stands out on film from their team?
I've been telling our guys all week, they're built a lot like us. Like I just said, they're tough, they're big, they're physical up front. They want to run the football. They want to establish a run game. You can tell Coach Latt does a great job with those guys. They're well coached on both sides of the football. And just the biggest thing that stands out to me is just their effort. Man, those guys are flying around every snap. There's not any guys taking plays off. You can tell their Coach Latt is getting everything out of them that he can get out of them. And like I said, it's going to be a great challenge for us with their triple option offense. We don't see a lot of that in our conference, so just preparing for that and getting our kids' mindset over to some option responsibilities has been kind of a challenge for us this week. But it's a good challenge, and it's something different. We love coming down there and playing those guys. It's a great high school football atmosphere with the stadium, and us playing somebody different that we're not familiar with. There's no really common opponents. It's a fun game for our kids to play.
Yeah, with the Suburban Blue, all your road games, basically pretty short road trips. Do you use this long trip down to Southeast Kansas for a team-building exercise for your group?
Yeah, it's always good to get away, spend some time. We're going to stop halfway down, get out, eat some lunch, and do some things like that, just spending some time together as a team. In the past, our state championships used to always be played in Columbia at University of Missouri. And it was kind of a good preparation. That's about a 2-hour bus trip, too, that we could use that. So we've traveled before and been in that position. And now this year they've moved the state championship games up to Missouri Western. So it's not as practical for us. But like you said, it's good just to spend that time as a team away from home.
That's Josh Spear, the head coach of the Smithville Warriors. We'll take 2 minutes here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Latt. This is Purple Dragon Football on ESPN 100.7.
The end of the year is fast approaching. Are you prepared for tax season? At Hardy, Ressler & Associates, certified public accountants, we're here to help you maximize your savings with expert year-end tax planning. Don't wait till it's too late. Our experienced team will work with you to review your financials, identify tax-saving opportunities, and ensure you're fully prepared before the year ends. With over 30 years of trusted service in the Joplin area and right now here in Pittsburgh, we're ready to make your tax season less stressful.
From our famous ground chuck to steaks, poultry, and pork, We take great pride in providing you with the very best quality of meats. It is important to us that you trust our meat department in providing fresh, quality, safe products for your family's dinner table.
Ron Super.
Here, the head coach of Pittsburg High School football, Josh Latimer, joining me pregame before his Dragons are set to take on Smithville here this week. Coach, thank you for the time. I appreciate it. Before we look at Smithville in this matchup, let's look backwards just a little bit at the matchup in the win last week over Paola. 42-14 was the final score in that one, a game that you guys controlled pretty much throughout. What were your biggest takeaways from the win?
Sam, first off, thanks for having us on and covering our boys in Purple Dragon football. The guys executed the game plan very well. The coaches had a great game plan, and the kids executed it to almost perfection, if you would, in football terms. You're not ever going to have the perfect game, but you strive to have that perfect game. But our guys played well. Very pleased with their performance and want that to carry over to tonight.
You look at your running game last week. That's kind of what stood out. Normally I like to ask you about one guy, and I'll ask you about a defensive guy here in a second. But offensively, your running backs were very even. You spread the ball around, the yardage in terms of carries as well were pretty even throughout a bunch of guys, Kind of what does that say about your offense that you can kind of just go to anybody at any given moment and expect a good result?
It's very encouraging. I think we had over 5 guys with 50-plus yards.
Yes.
Between our quarterbacks, our slots, and our B-backs. That's super exciting to know we can be able to do that, so you can't hone in on just one area of our backfield or our receivers. We're still waiting to get some of those guys. Malachi Meadows has had some good games in the passing game, but we got a couple other weapons we're waiting to get into there as well when the opportunity presents itself. But very pleased with how they played. And a credit to that is our offensive line and our tight end, Cole Hayden.
You look at it, too. Carson Nicholson only had to throw the ball 3 times. What does that say about your offense? Is it one of those where if the running game is working, you kind of just want to stick with it, or was it more of a game plan thing last week?
A little bit of both. If it ain't broke, why fix it? It's kind of an old saying that we go with. But Coach Vaughn and the offensive staff, Coach Nichols and Coach Stark, Coach Slavens and those guys done a really good job putting a game plan together to be able to attack Paola. And very happy and very pleased with the way the guys performed on it. When our option game's working, it's tough to defend. When Carson got his number called to throw the football, he done a really good job doing that. We connected for a touchdown pass on one of them. And, I was very pleased with how our offense played.
Before I ask you about Smithville, I'd be kind of silly to not ask you about Damaris Partee. He had one of the craziest stat lines I've ever seen defensively. I know part of it included 8 tackles, 5 of them for loss, 2 sacks, 2 hurries, among many other things. What was working for him?
Damar is super coachable. He's still learning the game, and he's like a sponge. He's soaking up everything Coach Dwayne Vaughn's teaching him. Coach Keandre Hall's teaching him in the pass rush game. And he's applying it to his craft, and he just keeps getting better and better. I've ran a production chart over the last 20 years, and it's a pointing system. And the highest points I've ever had was back in 2007 with a young man named Antoine Kennedy out of Swainsboro, Georgia. He scored 72 points. Well, Damar set a new standard for that, and he scored 84 points. That makes, as a coach, it just keeps you hungry to keep coaching a guy like that. He always wants to know what he can do to improve, and the sky's the limit for that young man.
Looking at Smithville, 4-2, a good team and a good program historically. But before I ask you about what you've seen from their team in terms of personnel standpoint, I want to ask you about their coaching transition. They obviously lost Coach Ambrosen and a lot of the staff to William Jewell, and now the transition to Coach Josh Spear. How have you seen kind of similarities and differences between that coaching transition from last year to this year's team?
Oh, they're not going to skip a beat. Coach Ambrosen was there for a long time, and Josh Spear was his defensive coordinator for many, many years. So they're not going to change anything different. Now, they may get some personnel changes, but it's a solid football program. Coach Ambrosian has been a good coaching friend in the coaching world and is always looking to try to improve people around him along with other coaches. And we've been in communication over the last couple of weeks about some of our players that he wants to try to recruit to William Jewell, and he said he'd love to get a couple of them because he knows they'll be coached right and they're going to play hard, and that's what it takes to be able to play at the next level. But their coaching style, it isn't going to be much different than what it's been in the past.
Looking at the players themselves, who stands out?
Defensively, they've got a young man that wears number 4 as a D tackle, and he's what I'd call a creature, Isaac Yoder. He's a returning starter, and he's 6'4", 250 pounds, and we've got to be able to know where he's at on the line and be able to get him blocked. If we can't block him, we're using that on option game. But Jake Cruz is a linebacker that kind of makes their defense go, number 6. He is all over the place. He's flying around making plays everywhere. And then Roman Rusky is as a senior, is an undersized safety, but, man, he's dang good on the defensive side of the ball. And we've got to be able to put our guys in position to have success with our offense. Offensively, their offensive line is going to be the best offensive line that we've faced to this point. They're not as big as the Harris kid at Fort Scott, but they are extremely coached extremely well, and they play hard, extremely hard. They play the game how it's supposed to be played. 𝐋𝐢𝐭𝐞, number 77, 6'1", 315. Their other guard, Colby Harris, is 6'2", 270. And he's number 71. He started last year as a sophomore for him. And that guy's out there not only to have fun, but he's out to road grade people. He's out to make you know that he's on the field. They got a couple good backs that they run the ball with, number 5 and number 44, Landon Russell and Austin Clevenger. Those guys are built similar, same. They're about 200 pounds and about 5'9". And then their quarterback, he's the facilitator of the offense. Peyton Steffen is his name. He's 6'3", 185. And then they're probably their best overall athlete offensively is number 1, Drake O'Neal. He's 6 foot 185, and he's who they want to get the ball to. He plays wide out. They put him in the backfield. They send him on jet sweeps. We've got to be able to locate him and know where he's at all times.
It would be a very intriguing matchup, Coach. A good one tomorrow. I wish you guys the best of luck, and thank you for your time today.
Sam, thank you for always covering our boys and covering Purple Dragon Nation football. And we look forward to putting on a good show for you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we can have a great outcome.
That was head coach Josh Latimer. We'll have more for you after a break on ESPN 100.7.
KS.
Back in. Sam Reeves and Josh Dunston here with you live from Pittsburg High School, Hutchison Field. Well, I guess we're not on the campus of Pittsburg High School if you know the area, but anywho. Here we go. Pittsburg High in Smithville here on KSHQ 100.7 or through the KSHQ app. Keith Brown, your studio engineer. As Smithville and Pittsburgh about to do.
Yeah, it looks like Smithville won the toss, Sam.
Yep.
They elected to defer. Dragons will receive.
You should defer. If you're a coach, you defer every time, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I would assume.
Well, what did we see last week? Paola took the ball, right? And there's some coaches, I think Central Missouri would probably take the ball.
Sure.
They're going to look at it. They want to run that, they want to run that fast tempo offense. They believe that might give them one extra possession a game, the way that they work out their times and stuff.
Sure.
But I think in this situation, you want to defer, and give yourselves the chance to get let the first half play out and then give your chance to maybe get that second or extra possession in the second half.
Kickoff is brought to you by Fourth Seed Company, offering world-class wildlife nutrition and land management. They offer the highest quality products for all of your hunting needs. Give them a look at FORTHseed.com. For Marcus Davis, Malachi Meadows back deep to receive this kickoff, and we're about to get underway here. Smithville in their road white uniforms, the white pants, Kelly green numerals, and the white helmets. Pittsburg High purple uniforms, white pants, matte purple helmet with the white power P. Kicking off for Smithville, Aiden Verhulst approaches the football, right leg through, and we are underway here from Hutch Field. It'll hop the end zone, take an awkward bounce. Now Pittsburgh's got a problem because Malachi Meadows will cover it up, and he's all the way back down at his own 7-yard line, Josh.
Yeah, bad start there, Sam. He just misjudged that ball. It hung up in the air on him a little bit. You got to kind of know where you're standing, know what's going to happen. Anything off of the goal line, you got to try to catch that football. He made a decision late and had to just fall on it, but we'll see what the Dragons can do here.
They'll mark it at their own 10 for the Dragon offense, led by, of course, senior quarterback Carson Nicholson, wears number 4 on the purple uniform. He's under center. It's a 2-receiver set, both to the wide side of the field. There's a stop. Looks like a quarterback keep. Nicholson will keep it, gain him about 5 down to the 15.
I think he gave that to Peary.
Was that Peary? Yes, Stone Peary on the carry. They're about as far away from a window as we can get down there. Gain of 5, setting up second down and 5 from the 15-yard line.
Yeah, nice gain on first down. Smithville's come out in a 5-man front. They've got some nice-looking athletes on the D-line, Sam. Man, I know Coach Latimer talked about some of the playmakers on offense, but number 4, their defensive tackle, Isaac Yoder, he looks to be about 6'4" and about 230. He's a man.
Here's a snap. Option pitch late. The Prophet around the end makes one man miss, but spins into another. A gain of 1, maybe 2, and that'll set up third down and short for the guys wearing purple.
Getting the ball outside is going to be tough today, Sam. I think that their team speed is going to negate that a little bit. We're going to have to be tough between the tackles.
We'll see if the Dragons can do that today as we get set for a third down and 3 from the 17-yard line, just underway here from Hutch Field in Pittsburgh. 10:40 clock moving. Still looking for our first points as we just began this ball game. Under center, Nicholson. He will try to option. Ball is loose, though, on the ground. The pitch went nowhere but backwards, and it's covered up by a Dragon, I think.
That's our ball on the 1-yard line, Sam. And that was just not a good idea on Carson Nicholson. He's got to know what to do in the situation when it's rough.
On that, you just cover the ball up and protect it, right?
You just take what you're given or take what you're not given and just go down. Take a loss of 3 yards versus a loss of everything.
A loss of 16.
We've got Carson Nicholson in at punter, which is generally Connor Profit's position.
Yes. There's a snap. Carson will boot it away. A line drive. It's caught by a Smithville player at the 25 to the 15. That's Drake O'Neal. Cuts back inside, and he will score. Smithville scores a touchdown on a punt return. Got it at about the 30.
You could not draw up a worse start for the Dragons, Sam.
No.
Muff the kickoff. Come out, I'd take first down. That's the only, really the only positive that went anywhere right for the Dragons.
Did they get it first? Yeah, they got one first.
Well,
down.
The first carry,
Yeah.
They 5 yards on the first play of the game. I'll take that. But everything else was Smithville's favor. And that kick right there was, like you called it was a line drive. No chance for the coverage team to get down there and cover. And it went right to their big play guy, Drake O'Neal, number 1.
Well, that kick looked good from the PAT, man. That is their kicker, Verhulst, and up and through with a lot of height.
Sam, they got 3 kickers on their roster, so there's some competition there. You're getting pushed to be the kicker on Smithville.
Yeah. 9:43 to go, 7-0. The Warriors on top of the Dragons. We'll take a 30-second break. Back in 30. This is Dragon Football.
At Ryan Insurance, we've made sure
after possibly a gain of 1, and that is what they will give him. 3rd down and 4 upcoming, I believe.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's just like a little, almost like a jet sweep type play. You know, he's not lined up wide as a receiver, but he's just coming across the line of scrimmage and taking that little quick handoff from Carson. He made the right read, cut it up the middle, but their linebacker made equally as good a play on their side of the ball.
3rd and 4 from the 33. 5:45 to go. Clock moving. Dragons trailing this one 7-0. Nicholson under center. One man in a stance behind him is Mitchell. He will get the handoff, gets the legs moving forward, and then he's pushed backward. Not enough to get the first down.
Maybe gain of 1.
Gain of 1, setting up 4th and 3. Kind of in no man's land if you're the Dragons. I think you go for it here.
Yeah, you're not going to be able. You're not going to get much out of a punt right here.
Ball's at the 32 of Smithville in the middle of the field. Back to the line of scrimmage go the Dragons. 2 receivers split wide to the right. Tight end Ramage to the left of the formation.
5-man front this time for the Warriors.
Man in motion Ramage. Carson will pitch to Tanner.
Another fumble.
The football. Now we'll pick it back up. And he is tackled short of the line to gain. With the turnover on downs, back to the Warriors. So, yeah, I don't think he would have gotten it even if he didn't fumble the football, but still another instance of not securing it.
So we've run that play 3 times. 2 of them have been for a fumble. So that tells you what Smithville's not going to give you. You heard their coach talk about it. We heard it last year, Sam. Remember, we talked to some kids at the stadium and said, hey, we don't see option football. We don't even know what this is. We're struggling with it crazy.
That's true.
Their coach said that this year. Said, we don't see option football. It's giving us challenges all week. So they were prepared for the challenges.
Movement early, that'll be a false start. Yep.
Yeah, must be on
Smithville. It may have been on a receiver because it was called by the outside referee standing on the Dragon sideline. It might have been Jake O'Neal. Move it back 5 yards, 1st and 15. Ball now at the 30-yard line, their own 30-yard line for Smithville. Ball on the left hash as they see it in the offensive set. 4:47 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Warriors in front with the football.
Pittsburg High going to a 7-man front.
There's a handoff up the middle. Good pursuit by the Dragons. Nowhere to go. Jay Cruz on the carry. Guess who? Demaris Partee on the tackle. 8 tackles, 5 for loss, a couple of sacks, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, 4 quarterback hurries. What am I missing from last week, Josh?
Oh, my goodness. You know, you heard Coach Latimer talk about his production chart, and I heard a little bit about that on Saturday. You know, Coach Lat scores a lot of different stuff that linebackers do in his coaching career. 20 years of being a linebackers coach, has built this chart 20 years ago. The highest score point total until last Friday was 74. DeMars beat that by 10. It takes into account how many tackles for a loss, interceptions, pass breakups, you know, just anything you do on defense. But with a scoop and score and another fumble recovery and 8 tackles, 5 for a loss, 2 sacks, DeMars was everywhere last week.
Previous play, a screen to a wide receiver, loses 1 yard, setting up 3rd down and 16 from the 29. Smithville has gone backwards.
You got to think this is going to number 1.
Bingo. Stephan takes a snap. Here comes Nate Mitchell. Oh. He's eaten alive. Oh, Stone Peary crushes a man. Down he goes.
You know, I was talking earlier, and I didn't finish it. The play kind of started, and we were talking about Smithville did a lot of work to beat the triple option. You heard Coach Latimer talk about how good their offensive line is and how they're going to be the best offensive line we've seen. The Dragons did equal amount of work. That was a heck of a series by those linemen. Treman Wesley was in there on that one, and as soon as Stephan came around, Stone Peary finished the play.
They're setting up for a field goal on a punt. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Line drive kick by Verhulst, sending Meadows to retreat. He gets it at his 20, reverses course, and he trips and falls. Josh, I need to ask you that. I honestly didn't know that was legal. They set up for a field goal, like it was a field goal, on an obvious punt. I mean, they're not kicking a field goal, it's an 80-yarder. So obviously it's a punt. But have you ever seen that? Is that legal? I mean, I guess it is.
I don't think there's anything against it, but I've never seen it before. Not one time.
That's so weird.
It's like, the old days you see a drop kick in that situation.
Yeah.
My guess is, Sam, they got 3 kickers listed on the roster. Obviously, maybe there's one of them that's a punter. But I've never seen
clearly has the strongest leg. That's who was out there.
And I mean, hey, look at this. If he grew up playing soccer his whole life, he may not have the best hands. Maybe he's not the guy that you want fielding the ball and then trying to kick it. But that's weird. I've never seen it.
The holder was 𝐍𝐢𝐿, so if it's closer on a 4th down, watch the fake out of that formation. First play on offense here of this drive for the Dragons is a handoff up the middle to Stone Peary. He'll get 4, according to me. We'll see if that's what they give him.
It's like 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
The scoreboard says 2nd and 12, so I'm glad you saw what I did. 2nd down and 6 for the Dragons, middle of the field. 2:18, clock moving, first quarter, 7-0 Warriors. Under center, Carson Nicholson, one man behind him, that's Stone Peary. Man in motion, Profit, handoff Stone, tripped up and he goes down on the 39-yard line. The 39. And that'll set up 3rd down for the Dragons. 3rd and 5 after a gain of 2 officially. That's a favorable spot.
Yeah, their defensive lineman, that number 4, Isaac Yoder, he stunted right into the hole on that one, and Stone tried to sidestep. I just don't think that you're going to be able to sidestep. You're going to have to run into a guy and try and push him backwards. 3rd down and 5. I'd like to see the Dragons maybe try to put a ball in the air again here.
2 receivers set, one to either side of Nicholson. Under center, Carson takes a snap. They'll throw a bubble screen to Ramage. He'll get up the field.
Nothing.
And nothing doing. He might get 1.5, maybe 2, but definitely not the needed 5. And that'll set up 4th down. 4th and 4, gain of 1 from their own 41-yard line. This is kind of no man's land. I think you punt this one away.
Yes, sir. You've seen some new things out of the Dragons. You heard Coach Latimer talk about some new plays and some new ways to get the ball in some guys' hands. And I think that's Tanner's been a pretty solid running back all year and obviously can catch a ball a little bit. And Carson's punting again, Sam.
Interesting.
Not Connor Profit.
Nicholson stands
Let's kick it away from him this time.
10 yards deep, yeah, exactly. A kneel back deep, rugby-style kick for Nicholson. Pops it up. That'll go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it.
They're going to walk it up to about the 35, it looks like.
36,
even farther.
37, 38,
He's going all the way to the 40.
40, 41, 42. Holy
oh, my
cow,
goodness.
Are you kidding me?
That doesn't feel right at all.
No. Man, they spot this punt down at the 46. No. Yeah, the 44-yard line. Goodness gracious. Let's take 30 seconds. Back in 30. This is Dragon football.
Experience the Pit, downtown Pittsburgh's premium bar and grill. Choose from a mouth-watering selection of lunch and dinner entrees. Sports fans can also watch their favorite team on one of our many TVs. Plus, stick around for the area's best late-night entertainment, daily food and drink specials, and the best happy hour on Broadway. Dining, sports, nightlife. The Pit. It's the place to be.
Like our product. We love our rack. Back in. Sam Reeves and Josh Dunston. Apparently, they're not going to take a media there. They're just going to let it roll, and we missed a massive gain on 1st down. My apologies. Nothing we can do there. All of a sudden, Smithville has the ball down at the Dragon 20 as we tick down 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, Josh.
Yeah, they faked that little wide receiver screen that they ran the first series, and they faked it, and 9 took the ball around the left end, and the entire Dragon team bit on the fake and left him alone. I honestly thought, Sam, that he was gone to the house. Good play by Malachi Meadows to come back and make a play there.
After 1 quarter of play, 7-0, Dragons trail Smithville. We will take 1 minute. Back in 1 minute, this is Dragon football.
Attention Pittsburgh, looking for top-tier accounting services? Hardy Wrestler & Associates certified public accountants are here to help. Serving the Joplin area since 1986, we're excited to announce the opening of our new Pittsburgh office. From new business setup to payroll services, producing financial statements and tax preparation, our experienced team is dedicated to making your financial life easier. Visit us at our new Pittsburgh location, 201 South Broadway, Suite D, or call today at 620-670-6875. Hardy Wrestler & Associates, certified public accountants.
Jock Snitch Sporting Goods, for whatever game you play.
Celebrate 45 years in business with 𝐍𝐢𝐭𝐞 Sporting Goods and save big this week. Get 45% off of shoes and cheap sportswear. Plus, register to win 𝐍𝐢𝐭𝐞 gift cards. See store for details. Come celebrate in Pittsburg, Parsons, or Iola. Happy 45th anniversary, 𝐍𝐢𝐭𝐞.
Sporting goods from 𝐍𝐢𝐭𝐞.
You want more football? We've got it right here. ESPN 100.7.
Back out of the break, 2nd and 7 from the Dragon 20-yard line. The quarterback, Stephen, junior QB, takes a snap out of the shotgun. Screen to Neal. There's what Latimer talked about pregame. Good contained by the Dragons to read it well and bring him down, though, Josh.
Yeah, good stop there. Stop him short of the chain. He's going to be about 3rd and 2.
Peyton Stephen.
But that's the play that they faked and then come back, quarterback counter on that. So you could see Coach Latimer out talking to the safeties, about, hey, you got to stay home. You can't bite on every fake.
3rd and 1 officially from the 14. Pistol formation. There's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Goes to the running back who's pushed out wide, and he is brought down in the backfield.
Mason Benson and Carson Nicholson in on the play. Mason made a nice read, came upfield, and stopped him short of the first down, Sam. So we're at 4th and half a yard maybe.
4th and 1 officially. They gave him a pretty favorable spot. 4th down and 1 for Smithville. They appear to go for it here. From the Dragon 14-yard line.
I would expect a slant pass to one, or they're just going to follow the big lineman. Remember, they did it a lot last year. They gave the ball to the big lineman. Oh, and he stopped short.
Yes,
he did not get it. The ball's out.
Ball is loose. The Dragons follow on it. Do they have it? They're going to blow the whistle. Coming in on the play, the Dragons have the football. Boris Partee was the first to hit him. Did he recover
who
too?
Gets there first,
Oh,
Sam.
my.
I'm telling you what. You heard Coach Latimer say, and I talked to Coach Vaughn last week at the Pitt State game, and we talked about it a little bit. I'm a big wrestling guy, and I follow a lot of wrestling. I get frustrated sometimes when DeMar's wrestles. I say he's being lazy. And he's not lazy. He just doesn't wrestle my style where I want to attack.
Uh-huh.
But you heard Coach Latimer say he doesn't know how good he is. He doesn't realize he knows he's got more to give. He's just still learning the game. Sam.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that's an example there. He was there, made the play. Hand up the middle. I believe that is Stone Fury on the carry.
I think Carson kept that one.
Yes, he did.
It was a blown play. They crashed into each other, but Carson made the most of it. Looks like he got about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, if you can get 5 on a broken play on first down, you'll take that every single time. 2nd down and 5.
13-yard line?
13, yep. Now on the 18-yard line, middle of the field, Dragons trail by 7, 10:25 to go, 2nd quarter, in a fairly fluid football game. Malachi Meadows out wide. And a 1 receiver set for the Dragons. Man in motion, Ramage.
Who's wide open?
Carson looks to throw. Wide open. Connor Profit is there. He brings it down. And a big game for the Dragons out near midfield on the Power P. First completion of the day for Carson Nicholson is a big one to his senior receiver, Connor Profit.
Yeah, he was wide open, Sam. And that's twice that Connor's got behind their defenders. I think that I don't want to abandon the run game, but we've got to remember that that's there. Some of these 3rd and 3 plays where they're going to stack the box and they're going to sell out to stop the option, we've got to take advantage of their aggressiveness and beat them with some deep passes.
1st and 10 from their own 46 now for the Dragons. Carson Nicholson directing traffic under center. Behind the center, Beckfern, there's a handoff. Nate Mitchell outside continues to blow a man forward before he's pushed back. And they will blow the play dead. They had a yard originally before being pushed back to where he came.
Maybe 3.
Gain of a couple, I would say.
Yeah, he was
Gain of 3, yep, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, he was met early and drove the defensive lineman back. I think that's 51, maybe got there first, and number 6. They both tried to tackle Nate high. You're not doing that on a 225-pound running back.
Nope.
That squats, I don't know what it was, but it seems like it was 800-some pounds.
Yeah.
I'd have to look back through my notes, but you're not taking him down around the shoulder pads.
49-yard line for the Dragons. There's a snap, option pitch. Big hole. Tanner Ramage gets a first down into Smithville territory, but there's a flag in the backfield. That's in the vicinity
holding
of
out here on the edge. Yes, sir.
Yep, bingo.
Yep.
Back it up.
Sam, we've run that play now four times.
Yeah.
3 of them have been bad.
2 fumbles and a hold?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not a good percentage. Maybe move that one down the play chart a little bit today.
You know, I like the play call. I want to keep running it, but we've got to figure out what to do with it.
The execution is
can't
poor.
come. I mean, you know, I think we had a better, you know, like I said the one time where Connor got a better block. The receiver on that time was the one called for holding. You know, we just got to execute it. We got to know what's coming. We got to do our job, do it within the rules of the game. And Canada's got to expect that pitch might have to come out earlier than he expects it to, because Carson's getting some pretty quick pressure on it.
3 receivers in formation. Nicholson will drop back, roll out, look to throw, cock back and fire on the sideline. Malachi Meadows brings it in. A very nice catch by Malachi and a decent gain on 2nd down and long. That'll set up at least 3rd and manageable. I would say 3rd and 7. Yeah, get half of it back.
Yeah, that was a good play by Malachi. He was able to stay on that sideline, get the football, get his feet down to even give them a chance on that.
That'll make it 3rd down and 7. 8:39 clock stopped now in the 2nd quarter as Malachi was out of bounds after catching the football. Ball at the 49 of PHS. Ball near hash to the Dragons sideline. 2 receivers in formation, both to the wide side of the field. Prophet in motion, takes the handoff on a counter toward the sideline, lowers the shoulder, and he is short of the first down. They'll say run the clock as he was tackled inbounds. That'll set up 4th down for the Dragons. I would say in a spot on the field to go for this, Josh.
Well, go for it or maybe give the read to the kicker. That was a good play, too. Connor was very patient, let the blocker set up. Smithville just had some guys that are ready. You know, that's a play that we've run for some pretty big yardage in the first few weeks. So, obviously, they've scouted that and kind of ready for that little counter. But Dragons come up here with the regular offense, 4th and 3. This is a chance, Sam. They've got the back stack. We could maybe beat him with a pass play here.
Nate Mitchell behind him. Connor in motion. There is a fake handoff. Carson
that is.
Throw, and that is
I was going to say, my goodness.
Cole Hayden got tackled.
Yeah, that was way early on 21. Boy, he was toast. He knew he was toast. And you know what? As a coach, you'll take that versus a touchdown. But
sure,
I don't think that was going to go for a touchdown. But you know what? That's a mismatch. I can tell you right now. Cole's about 6'3", and that defensive back's about, I guess him about 5'5", maybe 5'6".
Braden Turner, a senior linebacker, D-back.
He's the one I think Coach Latt says is a little bit undersized, but plays really tough. You know, as a safety, you can tell he's a tough kid. But yeah, he was outmatched there, and just he did what he had to do.
1st and 10 from the 32 of Smithville. Pittsburg High looking to strike and tie this game up. Under center, Carson. Handoff. No, he'll keep it. Nicholson lowers the shoulder. Positive gain on 1st down inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line.
That was a nice run there by Carson on that. It was just a little counter option. Send the motion to the left, option back to the right. There wasn't a whole lot there, but he ducked his head down, took what the defense gave him, and we got a 5-yard gain. That's what we got to do each and every time. Our running back's got to get down low, run behind your shoulder pads, and just get what they give you.
2nd down and 6, 28-yard line of the Warriors.
You're not going to sidestep a guy. You're not going to run anybody over.
3 receivers. They'll fake the screen. Carson rolls out left. There's a holding penalty. Nicholson will go out toward the sideline and throw the ball forward. That's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it was a hold on J.C. Patterson there.
Yep.
He was getting beat by big number 4, Isaac Yoder, and just got around the body. Those things happen. The unfortunate thing is that Carson had seen the pressure coming and rolled out and was really in no danger. But as a lineman, you can't see that happen.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Yoder is an incredibly tough matchup.
You know you're getting beat, and it is what it is.
So they'll back it up. And it'll be 2nd down and long. They'll do the down over. It was initially 2nd and 6. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot, right? Or is it from the line of scrimmage?
From the spot.
That's what I thought. Okay.
What's wrong with Carson?
That's not good. Yeah, he's walking to the sideline now. Has his helmet on top of his head. And Chris Tamayo, the trainer, will take a look.
So he's got a bloody nose.
CO does bloody nose. That does appear to be the case.
Connor Profit looks like he's getting ready to get the play from Coach Vaughn.
And Carson is on the sideline getting tended to by the trainer, Chris Tamayo. Now they will finally mark off the hold. 5 minutes later, we'll back it up. The good thing is that gives Carson a little bit of time to get his bloody nose under control, but I do believe, yes, Connor Profit will be in there this play at QB.
Second 16, that's not as bad as what it could have been, Sam. That could have been a much worse situation. We'll take it. Let's get about half of it back.
Now, at this point, you have 3 downs to get the 16 yards with where you are on the field. Under center, Profit. He will keep around the end. Juka man, get out toward the numbers and a good tackle. And Profit will get out to the 35 before he is brought down by Jake Ross.
Got a 3-yard gain there, a little counter play into the quarterback. Probably just want to play it safe. Don't do too much with Connors is in there, and Carson's coming back out right now. So
3 and 4 in formation now. Profit back to his B-back position. I said that tackler wrong. I beg your pardon. It was Jake Cruz on the stop.
There's 3rd and 13, Sam. You don't have to have it all. It's 4-down territory. We got to get some of it. What you can't have is a sack or an interception.
To the left, 1 tight end to the right. Nicholson rolls out to his left. Here comes pressure.
Go.
He'll take off and run after some hesitation. Cut back up the field inside the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th and definitely manageable, making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Mr. QB Nicholson.
You know, I think he maybe could have got it if he had committed to the run a little bit sooner. I didn't see it. You heard the other guys in the booth saying throw it earlier. I wasn't looking downfield. I was watching the blockers to just make sure that we still had him protected. Had a couple guys get free. But, 4th and 5, we'll take it. Here again, though, I expect Smithville's going to stack the box or at least be expecting run.
4th and 5 from the 27 is the down and distance for the Dragons. A big play early in this game.
3 receivers on this play.
1 to the left, 2 to the right. Nicholson rolls out to the right. Will look to throw. Cock back fire. Middle of the field into traffic. Connor Profit leaps up to grab it, and it falls incomplete. Give it his best effort in a double team, but couldn't bring it in, and it's a turnover on downs, Josh.
That's all right. I would have rather seen us have like a safety valve there. I think, Connor's a heck of a player, and honestly, kind of like if Connor ain't coming down with it, nobody's coming down with it type deal. He out-jumped the guys, outplayed the guys, just couldn't get it because he was double covered. A little bit concerned there. That's the second time Nate Mitchell's come out and not blocked a soul when he should have picked up 71 to help a little bit. That got right in Carson's face as he threw that ball because that ball really wobbly coming out of there.
Steffen, handoff to a running back, goes up the middle. Decent gain on first down of 5 or 6 for Smithville. On the carry that time is Lincoln Roski. On the carry, guess who? Damaris Partee on the tackle. He's trying to beat his record from last week. I don't think he's going to do it, but hey, he's going to try. Pretty hard to do, clearly, by what Latimer said in the pregame. 2 receivers set, or make it a 3 receivers set. Handoff goes up the middle to Roski again. He'll get
He's
past
short of the
25.
first down. It's close. Maybe
35.
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, 3rd and 1.5, maybe 2. Clock continues to run, although it stopped now. I don't know why. Somebody to tie their shoe.
They gave him a first down.
Wow. Thought he was short by 1.5 yards, but they'll get a good spot.
Well, you know what? I also thought we were short on that one, too, and I was wrong. So
favorable to the offense.
I'll trade 1 for 1.
Sure. Down to
4 minutes, 24 seconds left.
4:17, as you said, as they approach the 4-minute mark. There's a handoff up the middle, big hole, juking a man in the top by a safety for the Dragons.
There's that.
Maybe saved a touchdown. Roski again, brought down by Cortland Jones, but he nears midfield at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, you see Smithville's going to come out and try to establish something. They really haven't done much on offense. I mean, they've moved the ball the second drive. They didn't do anything the first drive, but they didn't really have an identity. They're throwing the ball all over the place, just kind of maybe some stuff they were feeling out. I think this is kind of more what they want to do, spread you out and ball control, runs and passes.
There's another handoff up the middle. Ross,
keep
it? Stephen kept it that time.
Yeah, he kept it on the spread option there.
Gave Roski a break. And another big game, though. Nicholson on the tackle. Close to another first down and gain of 1. Sets up, or gain of 9, setting up 2nd and 1. Excuse me.
This is where it's a little concerning, Sam. I haven't checked, but I believe they total 2 platoon. The Dragons are going to get a little bit worn out in this type of situation here.
Yeah, they don't play both sides very much at all. Pistol formation snap. There is a handoff to Roski. He's brought down by the linebacking core. Connor Prophet in there and Nate Mitchell in there as well.
Well, they're just chewing up yards right now, Sam.
And that's if you're Smithville. You're moving the ball. You're controlling the clock. I mean, of course, it's early, but you want to control time of possession, and that's what they're doing. They've taken up half this quarter.
Well, you asked earlier, do you always defer if you win the toss? Well, here's your chance. You eat up this entire second quarter. You get the ball in the third. You've stolen an opportunity to get another score on the board and potentially go up 3 scores.
Another
before
handoff
Pittsburgh gets the ball back.
Same formation, same play, another positive gain.
Yeah, they're just getting them 5 yards at a clip. You heard Coach Latimer talk about, the Harris kid up at Fort Scott, and I've heard he's got some D1 offers, 6'5", 300 pounds. Their guy's listed at about 280, but he has got a little mean streak in him, just as Harris did. Be their left guard. They're just going to run the ball behind those 2 big guards. 315 and 285 are their guard sizes.
Tight ends, 2 receivers, all to the left. There's a screen to O'Neal through the first line of defense, lowers his shoulders to the 25-yard line. And there's the other thing Coach Latt talked about. They're going to try to get the ball to O'Neal on the outside, and there was another example of it.
Yeah, and good blocking. I noticed in their pre-games they do they take the slot back out to the corner, send the other guy downfield. That time they just send those receivers into a D-back, throw the ball behind them. The receivers become offensive linemen and blockers.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line for Smithville. Shotgun formation, Stephan. Handoff to the running back, cuts back, middle of the field, down inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line. That's Roski again. His stat line in the first half is looking awfully impressive.
Yeah, Dragon.
An option around the left. They give it to Rodriguez this time.
They're opening up massive holes. Everything's going to the right side. I don't know who's playing over there. I know DeMaris is over there. It looks like, when you got a player like DeMar, sometimes the best way to beat them is to go right at them, and that's kind of what's happening. DeMaris didn't do anything wrong. They're just blocking him and then leaving the guys behind him to fill in, and we got nobody filling the hole.
Dragons call a timeout as Coach Ladd's going to try to reset things defensively, give his guys a little bit of a breather. 1:41 to go until halftime. 7-0 Smithville in front with the football. Down to the Dragon 11-yard line where it will be 1st and 10 from there out of the timeout. I think this is a good call from Coach Ladd to give his guys a breather, Josh.
Well, absolutely, Sam. I talked about them chewing up yardage. We've got a 5-yard run, a 3-yard run, an 11-yard run, a 9-yard run, 5-yard run, 12-yard pass, 12-yard run.
Yep.
They're taking it up in big, huge chunks. They've eaten. The clock was at 4:24. And they haven't gone all the way down the field. They had a short field to start, and they've just chunked it down the field.
2 receivers set with a tight end for Smithville. Stephan. Handoff, Roski again. Cuts up the field toward the goal line.
Another 10-yard gain.
All the way down to the 1 after a 10-yard gain, as you mentioned, Josh. That'll be a 1st down, I believe.
No, Sam, I'm sorry, 9-yard gain.
I thought it was 10 or 11, but 11 when he got into the goal line.
The same thing, they're running right off of that right side, right off of the right tackle. Every play is going there. We need to do something. We need to walk somebody into that hole or, put down an extra lineman, something to slow that down.
Clock running, 1:05 to play until halftime. Ball just inside the 2-yard line of the Dragons. Smithville trying to score again just before halftime, and then we'll get the football to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, they went some tempo offense earlier. We were on break, and they came out and ran almost 2 plays before we got out of the 30-second break. Now you see they've totally changed that. And that just goes to show that, this is, he's been the defensive coordinator there and promoted a new guy to offensive coordinator, but nothing's really changed in Smithville other than the name of the guy making the calls.
There you go. Josh Spear, the head coach. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break. Back in 30, this is Dragon Football. As we come back in, it'll be second down and 2, second down and 1.5, really. Smithville in striking distance of another touchdown just before halftime. Warriors up 7-0 as we stand right now. 2 receivers to the near side of the field, the short side, including a tight end. There's the handoff up the middle. Good job by the Dragon defense to pursue Roski and bring him down. That'll set up third down after a Smithville timeout, so the clock continues to run. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Down to 30 seconds. Clock continues to tick. I mean, at this point for Smithville, you got to be aware of it.
Well, Sam, I mean, they're gonna try and get at least one more play and then probably call a timeout and kick the field goal if they don't get this here. They're happy with a 10-point lead going into half.
There's Roski up the middle. Did he get enough? Well, Pyle pushing backward. I don't think he got there.
Yeah, they're marking him short.
They'll mark him
He's
short.
about the 1-yard line with 9 seconds to go.
And it'll be fourth down, right?
Yeah, it's fourth down. They're going to –
This is a decision if you're Josh Spear. I honestly think I'd go for it here. But I don't know what he will do. Smithville will call a timeout. What do you do here, Josh?
Sam, I believe the rule is you kick it on the road, man. I don't know.
Okay.
I would say, you go up 2 scores no matter what. If you get it and you don't go, momentum's in the favor of the Dragons. You go in up 1 score. You kick the ball here. The kicker's got plenty of leg, obviously.
Oh yeah, he'll make the
You
field
kick
goal.
the ball here. You're up 10, and then you get the ball back coming in the second half to still go up a chance to go up 3 scores.
Yeah, so I think
they're going to go for it. Sometimes people's
the numbers aren't the thing.
Sometimes by God, if we can't get it, we don't deserve to get it.
One of those.
You kind of get a little machismo, a little macho action going on, and
sure.
and that works in your favor sometimes too, to fire up a team as a young coach, saying, "Hey, I got faith in you guys. We're going to go for it," and they are. They're calling plays from the sideline.
Here we go.
Let's see if the Dragons can get in here and get another stop
from the 1-yard line. 4th and goal.
This is going to be a quarterback follow.
Up the middle, easy touchdown
Yep.
Smithville. Stepping into the end zone, right on cue. Quarterback following his lineman as well as a blocking running back, and it's 13-0 with the PAT still to come. 6 seconds until halftime.
Yeah, he was sneaking a peek where he was going to take that ball before the ball was snapped, Sam. But it's tough to see when you're down the field and what you can do. But
aren't the thing.
By God, if we can't get it, by God, if we can't, by God, if we can't get it, we don't deserve to get it.
One of those.
Kind of get a little machismo, a little macho action going on, and and that works in your favor sometimes. Some rules at halftime, Sam, but
good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. Go ahead.
Listener friend of mine sent me a text and said, "Hey, if they miss that, it's if we let that drop, it's a missed field goal. We should get the ball back where the ball was snapped from."
Which was really deep in their own territory.
I gotta look it up. I mean, I've never seen it. I don't disagree with the logic there. I think the logic feels right, but
I don't know what the rule is on it.
I've never seen it.
It's really weird. It seems like it would be because you have the holder like normal, like the guy that's going to hold the ball as you approach to take
it was a field goal attempt.
Total field goal attempt. It was an 80-yard field goal attempt is what it was. But I just don't know the rule on that. I have no clue. We'll have to ask her on the press box too at halftime and see what they have to say. Because I've never seen it. But it did have a lot of hang time. I believe it was Malachi Meadows that caught it. And got a decent return out of it, but still strange. 14-0 Smithville.
You don't catch it, and it takes a bounce and takes off rolling. You know, I don't know.
Weird. 6 seconds to go until halftime. They will boot it deep. Verhulst. And it's caught by Meadows.
of a big deal.
Rest of the way for the Gorillas. So should be a good one there. And Kearney tomorrow, wish Eddie and Smitty the best of luck on the call of that one. You can catch that right here on the KSHQ app or on ESPN 100.7. Also, you can hear the live stream online, ESPN1007.com. Mike Snow has Gorilla Game Day at noon. Network pregame begins at 1 with the kickoff between the Lopers and the Gorillas scheduled for 2 o'clock across the largest network in Division II, the home of the Pitt State Gorillas, with the flagship right here, ESPN 100.7. We'll go ahead and take 2 minutes. When we come back in 2 minutes, we'll have the start of the third quarter. Smithville up here from Hutchfield. It's 14-0 Warriors over the Dragons. Third quarter next on ESPN 100.7.
KSH, Deerfield, Pittsburg.
Back in, same reason, Josh Johnson getting set to begin half number 2. There's been a massive discussion in the press box, Josh. You have a response and an answer to that weird field goal punt thing that we saw from Smithville in the first half.
So national high school rules treat that just like a punt. So no matter where it is, no matter where it gets down, that's where the ball then is played for. So it's no different than a punt. I think it's kind of strange. I don't know that I would look at the rule and think of a way to use it other than it makes my decisions easier if I'm going for a long field goal. I'm not so as worried as as to give the other team good field position at the 40 or 30.
If I miss,
I wouldn't think that it was something I would use, on my own 20-yard line. But, hats off to, whether it's Coach Ambrosian or Coach Spear for reading deep into the rule book and understanding that rule well. I mean, sure, it's a rule everybody gets, but just to, take a way to use that to your advantage, it's just crazy. But there it is.
Drake O'Neal breaks off the first hit, and Ramage will bring him down at the 40. That is where Smithville will begin this possession to open after number 2. There was also talk that Kearney High School up in North Kansas City was the first one to do that, and that's a team that Smithville plays at least once every year and often twice in the playoffs, so they may have even gotten it from them and say, hey, that's not a bad idea, and then they just carry it on throughout their team. I mean, It works. So we'll see if we see it again.
It just feels like there's so much more could go wrong with that. You got to snap the ball to the holder. The holder's got to put it down. The kicker's got to hit it. Feels like you're not nearly as deep as you are in a punt. More chances for it to get blocked. Really no opportunity to move out of the way of guys coming to block it.
No. There's a lot more chance for error. Keeper around the end. There's a flag. It'll be a hold to come back. But, man, oh, man, the quarterback Stephan is gone. 10-5 touchdown.
Upset. Their fans aren't seeing that there's a flag deep back in here.
Yeah, they're bringing that back.
It's on them.
As it goes, that's a 60-yard touchdown. But, nope, bring it back. It's a hold on Smithville.
Yeah, so Smithville motion, 2 guys in a motion, overloaded everything to the right, and then Stephan just followed his running back through the hole around the right side. Dragons read it, moved guys over there, but didn't do a good job of fighting off their blocks. Just another wrinkle in this Smithville offense of what you've got to watch out for. Man, that they block it good. They blocked it, everybody but the guy that held.
Right, yeah, bingo.
Blocked it well.
Sometimes that happens. Everybody does their job except for one guy, and it brings back a touchdown.
Yeah, and again, it's a spot foul, so that's going to back them up exactly 10, so it's 1st and 20.
1st and 20 from the 30-yard line. Ball on the hash closest to the Dragons sideline. In the pistol formation, the quarterback Stephan, the junior QB, sends one man in motion, now a second. From left to right. Here's the snap. Handoff, Rusky. Big hole, 40,
another wrinkle, and it's
50,
another maybe
40,
touchdown
30. 2 men have a chance to catch him. Malachi Meadows, Cortland Jones cannot. That's a touchdown by Roski. They back it up 10 yards. Guess what? It doesn't matter. All the way to the house for Smithville. Goodness gracious. Roski, a big, long touchdown run for the Warriors, and it's 20-0.
He drew up everything to look like the play before and ran it the other direction, and we had nobody home, Sam. Our safeties are not reading the ball very well.
Now it looks like they're going to go for 2.
That's a false start on them.
Everybody but the center moved.
That's what happens when you have trick plays sometimes is they had, kind of like a swinging gate type deal. They had 4 linemen in the backfield and trying to do something cute, and they all ran up to the ball.
I don't see a point of going for 2 here anyways, to be honest with you.
Well, it could be, they may want to use the opportunity. I mean, they're up by 20. Use an opportunity to practice something you want to try later on in the season.
Sure. Well, now they're going to kick it. As the kicker, Aiden Verhulst, lines up for the PAT. Guess what?
They may have kicked that last one. They may have just had those guys down and everybody around them.
True. Good snap, good hold. Kick by Verhulst. High. Spinning kick is up and good. 21-0 Smithville. 11:35 to go, 3rd quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back. This is Dragon Football.
ESPN 100.7.
Back in, Sam Reeves and Josh Dunston on ESPN 1007. The KSHQ app or online, ESPN1007.com. Keith Brown, studio engineer extraordinaire. back in the MyTown Media Studios in downtown Pittsburgh. A big thanks to Keith. Kick from Verhulst is brought in by Meadows at the own 5-yard line. Reverses field. Now cuts up the middle at the numbers before he's chased down from behind at about the 28-yard line, 27-yard line. That is where the Dragons will start.
Man, that they block it good. They blocked it. You've got to watch out for it. Man, that they block it good. They blocked it.
Sometimes that happens. Everybody does their job except back a touchdown.
Yeah, that's going to back them up.
First and 20.
So it's first and 20. I don't
First
know if
and
they
20.
executed better, so good as we just kind of flubbed it up. But let's see what the Dragons do here now on their chance to do adjustments we made on offense.
First and 10, 27-yard line. One receiver in tight to the formation. That is Cooper Vaughn. Under center. Quarterback Nicholson will give off. Yep.
Kept it on the option.
On the option keep. Tough read for Sam from the booth. Gain of 2, setting up second down and 8. I'm telling you, the option is the hardest offense. The call from an announcer's perspective.
Yeah,
no excuses.
No excuses, and it's difficult a little bit too with Peary and Carson both having 4 on their number. Sometimes you catch a 4 and you're like, oh, it's Carson. But there's just nothing going on that play. They're getting upfield and blowing it up, and
he'll look to throw this time as he rolls up. Throws an out route to the sideline. That is caught. A nice athletic grab going to the ground by Danny Durden, the first year on the program for Danny.
I think he's just going to be, no, they're moving it first
down.
down.
We'll move the sticks, first down and 10. Nice catch for Durden going to the ground. Move the chains for the Dragons. First and 10 from the 39-yard line.
I think that's our best opportunity to move the ball very much here, Sam, is we're going to have to throw the ball, soften them up a little bit, open ourselves up to get the option. We're going to.
And then you can run it when they can kind of respect the pass a little more. 10-20 clock moving.
Changing.
I formation this time. There's the pitch to the outside. Prophet has some space, cuts up the field, gets to the 45 before he's brought down. Good gain off first down from the 39 to the 45. Gain of 6 for the Dragons and Connor Prophet. Setting up second down and 4 as Jake Cruz brings him down.
Yeah, toss smash was the play right there. Something that the Dragons used to run quite a bit. They run a lot in junior high football. Overload the line, put everybody on the line of scrimmage to the one side, and then just toss follow, let the running back follow the fullback. A little bit different, Sam, of when the Meyer boys were quarterback here. They would toss the ball and then become the lead blocker as 215-pound quarterbacks.
Right.
It was a weapon, let me tell you.
Carson will look to throw. Deep ball, Malachi wide open, brings it in, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Malachi Meadows, touchdown Dragons. 55-yard strike from Carson Nicholson to Malachi Meadows, and the Dragons are on the board.
Yeah, he was wide open. There was nobody near him, and he won the foot race to the end zone.
First, Armando Root is starting, at least on the PAT and field goal game. They'll line up for this PAT as the Dragons try to claw their way back. That's a good start. Can Ruda cash in and make it a 7-point possession? Good snap, good hold, almost blocked, but Ruda gets it up and through. The extra point is good by the Dragons. It is 21-7 Smithville. Can the defense for Pittsburg High get a stop? We'll find out when we come back. Quick 30-second break on ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Denny Heydrich with Heydrichs in Girard and Fort Scott. Here at Heydrichs, we do appliances like they should be done. At
As we come back in live on ESPN 100.7, KSHQ Deerfield and Pittsburgh. Sam Reeves here with you. Josh Dunston with Keith Brown back in the MyTown Media Studios producing and engineering this broadcast. A big strike for the Dragons, 55 yards from Nicholson to Meadows. Josh, the Dragons are somewhat in this game once again.
Yeah, we're on the board. That's good. Good thing to get a score. Let's see if the defense can button up here a little bit and see if we kick it away from. Yeah, that's a good job from O'Neal. We'll see what we got here with this guy, but that's a hold on to DeMar.
Now the alternative return man up the field, cuts back to the middle. We've got trouble. Now back to the numbers, 50, 40, 35, 30. Cuts back before he's finally brought down inside the 30-yard line. Yeah. You kick it away from O'Neal, and it didn't matter. No. On the return that time, Lincoln Roski, the running back, who's had a phenomenal day, imposes his will on a kickoff return.
He's a shifty little guy, Sam. He's hard to bring down. He's got quick feet. He doesn't look exceptionally fast, but he's got good speed. But man, he is shifty. He's hard to tackle.
1st and 10 for the Dragon 26. One play after the big play strike for the Dragons after the kickoff return. Smithville is in striking distance themselves. Pistol formation, man in motion out of the backfield is Lyndon Russell. Hand off other side on a counter, goes up the middle.
Our defensive linemen are not getting off their blocks, Sam. They're just getting owned up front right now.
Stephan keeps it there out of the empty backfield.
I don't know whether the coaches need to call some more stunts or maybe just get down low and cause some pileups. Damaris Partee came across, read that play well. Looked like they wanted to maybe throw a screen, but I think it was probably a design fake. But Damaris was there to break up the screen, and Stephan pulls it down and just follows his big horses around the left end.
2nd and 4 from the 20-yard line. Pistol formation again for Stephan. There's a handoff. Goes up the middle, cut back lane, out close to the first down. On the carry that time, Lyndon Russell. He's close to the sticks. They'll mark him a yard short. 3rd down and 1 for the Warriors.
Yeah, that was just a little trap play there as they bring the left guard around to seal off DeMar, and running back just follows that hole right there.
Ball just inside the left hash for Smithville. Under 8 to go, 3rd quarter, 21-7. Warriors on top of Pittsburg High. 2 receivers out to the right of the formation. Low snap on the ground. Stephan able to cover it up, pick it up, and take off. He is brought down, gets out close to the line again as he only needed 1, but he's definitely short. Did a good job to get something out of that one. Nicholson brings him down. Could have been a disaster, but disaster averted for Smithville.
Man, everything's going his way. Goodness gracious. That play doesn't turn into it wasn't a positive gain. It was like a loss of 5.
Loss of 5.
I mean, it felt like it was going to be a loss of 12.
Or more.
He's got deception fast. He's faster than what he looks. He's 6'3", 185, about the same size as the Shawnee Mission South kid, but he's got better feet. He's better footwork, faster runner.
Shotgun snap, they'll go for it on 4th down. Slant pass is caught, breaking away from the defender before he's brought down at the sticks. It'll depend on the marker.
I think he's got it, Sam.
I do too.
I think we talked about it early in the game as a key to the game. You got to make a tackle on those plays. And the first guy didn't get him. The first guy got hands on him, but didn't get him on the ground.
Didn't get him on the ground. Exactly.
That's the key. And they're going to go right to the sticks. You got to know they're not going to run that short and try to get it. They're going to go to the sticks. So you know if he has to step forward to catch that ball, you've got to put him on the ground.
First down and 10 from the 15-yard line for Smithville. Pistol formation, Stephan. 2 receivers, both to the wide side of the field. That's to the left of the formation. Handoff. Russell going backwards. Good penetration by the Dragons.
Yeah, Parker Pinamani in there that time. So I made a statement a little earlier. The Dragon defensive linemen were getting owned a little bit, getting driven back. That time Parker came in very low. He was about hip high, got in and got some good penetration, like you said, and able to break up that play. And I think DeMar was coming in from the side too, so he had nowhere to go. The running back had nowhere to go to get around the pressure.
Second down and 12 from the 17-yard line for Smithville. There's the snap to Stephan. Fake the pass. Screen pass out wide to Neal. Good tackle indeed on Neal by Meadows.
Meadows and Carson Nicholson was the first one there. But there was their little jet sweep screen getting the ball to number 1.
Third down and 8 from the 13-yard line. Smithville taking up a lot of clock here. 5:30 and counting, third quarter.
That's weird. The down marker says 3rd and 13. I thought those were digital.
It should be 3rd and 8, right?
Yeah, it's 3rd and 8. Now it's changing.
There it is.
Maybe
3rd and 8.
Reading funny. Oh.
Wide open to the pylon, diving across the goal line. Touchdown, Smithville.
DeMar got killed. DeMar got killed in that play. They've been trapping him with 71. You know, he's the big, tough lineman that Latimer talked about, Colby Harris. And, I'm not so sure DeMar plays that position very much, where he's coming across the end. But you got to get down the line of scrimmage. You got to turn and run back inside, because that guy's coming to kill you. And DeMar's been playing it pretty good, but that time he just got smoked.
And Smithville answers the score by the Dragons with one of their own. PAT from Verhulst, up and through. 28-7, Smithville is the score. 5:11 to go, third quarter. Back in 30 seconds. This is Dragon Football on ESPN 100.7.
Being distributed right here in Kansas. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers.
Certified public accountant.
Smithville to kick it off to the Dragons, who are struggling defensively to stop the Smithville low. It's 28-0 Warriors. The Dragons in jeopardy of getting loss number 2 on the season, and you may think, well, 4-2 is good. It is, but when you're in the 5A East, there is a huge difference between 1 loss and 2 when you get close to playoff time. And believe it or not, we're getting there. Only 2 more weeks left after this one in the regular season. There's a pooch kick up to Jamarcus Davis. Brings it in, goes upfield, stops his feet, and that'll cost him. He's brought down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, stopping the feet thing, Sam, is exactly. You just can't do it against a team this good. It's not going to work. You've seen some of the best players. Connor Profit try to put a foot in and try to cut back inside, and he got nothing. They got another guy about to wipe you out. They're very well coached. They're very physical, very fast.
25-yard line for the Dragons. 25-yard line is where they will begin this offensive possession in desperate need of another score. There are 7 teams with 1 loss in 5A East right now. That's how stacked it is. To finish the point I was making previously, there's a run around the outside, brought down. Connor Profit on the carry. Brought down fairly quickly after a minimal gain on first down.
Yeah, maybe 2-yard gain there. Trying to stretch that out a little bit. It was there. There was a crease there. Probably would have liked to see Connor cut that up a little bit sooner, but again, their pursuit is something special. They're just, you can tell they practiced all week to stop the run game.
Second down and 8, gain of 2 on the previous play. Ball marked to the 27-yard line. Their own 27 far hash. There's a snap. Nicholson looks to throw middle of the field. Connor Profit makes the catch across the power P.
He's going to win a foot race,
30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Connor Profit. Touchdown, Dragons.
There's no laundry.
A big gainer all the way across the field for Connor, and the guys wearing purple. Just when they needed to strike back in the worst of ways, Nicholson to Profit for the answer.
Sam, that's the fourth option that nobody talks about in the triple option. Carson faked the handoff, looked like we were running option to the right, a play that hasn't had much success. Carson takes 2 steps back, bam. Connor Profit wide open in the middle, and man, did he outrun that kid. I thought that kid had a good angle on him and was going to make a play, and Connor just turned it on. I think Connor surprised himself.
Armando Ruda, PAT. High snap. Connor gets it down. Ruda's kick is up and good.
Wow.
And that's huge.
Yes, sir.
That snap was way high. Connor was able to pull it down from the sky, get it down. Ruda shuffled his feet a little bit and got it up and just in there in the left upright. All of a sudden, the Dragons are right back in and down 14 again. The big question, can the defense get a stop? We will find out when we come back in 30 seconds. This is Dragon Football.
The difference with Crawcan. Visit ckt.net today to see what services are available in your area. Gigabit fiber internet speed and support made simple.
ESPN 100.7 KSHQ Deerfield, Pittsburgh.
See what the Dragons can do defensively. It starts here with the kickoff. The Dragons trail 28-14 at home against Smithville. 4:13 to play, third quarter. A big score, 73 yards, I believe, from Nicholson to Profit for 27. And the kickoff, Odd Neal runs into his own man, is brought down just outside the 30-yard line. So the 32 is where Smithville will begin this possession, John.
Yeah, that was some better coverage that time.
Yes.
You know, Sam, we were talking about it on the break, but, you know, you'd never say that you score too fast. Any touchdown's a good touchdown, but the Dragons scored so quickly. I want to see if we've had some time to make some adjustments to do what they're doing. So what Smithville is doing is they're running basically trap right, trap left. Wherever number 12 lines up, Damaris Partee, they're trapping right at him, whether that's with 71, generally the puller on these plays, and just going right at him. And the same thing, Damaris to the right, they're trapping to the right with 71.
Stephan around the end, brought down after a loss of 1, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Had to run like 10 yards to get nothing.
Yep, good adjustment. That time Damaris stays off the line. He's been walked up to the line as a stand-up outside linebacker. That time he stayed back, and we stunted with the inside linebacker with Peary and able to stop him. So let's see if the Dragons can continue to make little adjustments like that. Slow this offensive juggernaut down, because they've done nothing but just drive the ball this second half.
Two receivers set both to the near side of the formation. Stephan pulls and keeps again. More space that time.
Yeah.
Brought down tip of the power P, 45-yard line. First down, Warrior.
Cole Hayden, great penetration, but you've got to break down. You've got to break down, and you've got to be ready for that play. You cannot expect that he's going to hand that ball. Your job is to contain the quarterback. You've got to do your job. Break down, make sure the quarterback doesn't go, and then if you have to, chase the running back from behind. But let's see if he gets back in there on this play, because he was in there that time to blow it up. You need to force that quarterback to give it. He doesn't want to give it there. He wants to take that play outside.
First and 10, 43. Empty the backfield on a motion. Stephan looks to throw. He's brought down. Guess who? Damaris Partee in there again to sling the quarterback to the ground.
Yeah, Cole Hayden that time, same thing. He got in. He read the screen pass well, came up and knew it was coming, so he moved with his blocker to make sure he was out here in the passing lane. And then Damaris coming from the far side. Fourth down and long, or first down and long, sorry, fourth down. Goodness.
Now second and 16.
Yeah, it'll be second and long here. Again, though, the Dragons cannot give up a big chunk play here. Guard the slant pass, and play the option read here.
There's a snap handoff to Roski. Up the middle, now cuts outside toward the numbers before he's brought down after a gain of 5 or so. Well, that's Russell on the carry, not Roski. I beg your pardon.
Third down
on the stop.
10 or 11.
Big third down in this one. Third and 10 officially.
I got to think Smithville goes for it, even if it's fourth down.
If they get positive yards here, I would think so.
Feels like they're in a spot where they would try to, like we talked earlier, their coach went for the touchdown when we thought he might have kicked it. He's going to bow up and play macho ball.
Pistol formation snap and incomplete pass to the outside. Good coverage on the receiver that time. It appears as though it was Caden Reed, the junior receiver.
I'm not so sure, Sam, if the umpires didn't just miss something. I saw a guy hit DeMaris low and a guy hit DeMaris high.
Oh, and he's down on the ground.
I'd like to see the replay.
No, I didn't see it. I was looking out at the receiver.
I can tell you, I think Beck Fern saw what I saw. Beck Fern is hot over here on the sideline. I think Beck saw what I saw. That is absolutely a cut block and illegal at every level of football if that's what happened. It could just be the way they ended up on the ground, but
now, Beck is not pleased. I will tell you that right now. He is in the ear of a coach. Trying to play his
Jet Burgess is saying the same thing, and Jet was on the same spot on the sideline that Beck was.
And that's just asking for an injury when you do that.
Well, and,
it's
I'm not saying it's intentional, but it's definitely, again, it's one of those things. It's not a cheap shot. I don't think their players did it on purpose, but it's a penalty, Sam.
Sure.
You cannot – if he's engaged, you cannot hit him low.
And if
you're hitting him low, if you're hitting him low, that's one guy cut blocks him. The next guy can't come in and clean him up high.
Right. And now he's
going to be okay, but
𝐒𝐦𝐿, the trainer, is out there.
You can see that they've definitely schemed to find number 12 every offensive play.
As they should, especially after the week he had last week. So DeMaris struggling to put weight on one of his legs. He will limp off. That's his right leg. Or no, his left leg as I'm looking right at him. Struggling to put weight on as he limps off the field. And now this is interesting. Somebody on the other side of the press box just said, now are we now going to see a real punt? Well, that's an interesting question because they set up for a field goal formation punt. Never seen it before earlier in the first half. We'll now see it does not look like they're going to bring in a holder. But we'll see. There is no holder in formation.
Marsh is not putting any weight on that left leg, Sam. That's not good.
No.
And they're going to line up in their little field goal.
Here goes their field goal punt again. There's a snap. Kick us away, a line drive, middle of the field. It's caught by Meadows at the 10-yard line. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, cutting back inside to the 40 before he's brought down to the 41. Good job by Malachi Meadows to take that kick back and get some positive yards. The Dragons have a good field position drive here starting this one. Seems like there's still confusion on the rule there because CO said it may be a field goal. We think it's a punt no matter what.
Yeah, the rule. I pulled the rule up online and it said it's in high school it's treated just like a punt. So
it wouldn't have mattered if it hit the ground.
It's just like a punt. So if it hits the ground, they're going to come down there and down it wherever it goes.
Sure.
It's downed. If you muff it, it's just like a muff punt. It's weird because they kind of outkick their coverage with it. It gets down a lot faster than punt. No hang time.
Right, yeah. Then it's hard to have hang time because you're just booming the thing as far as you can. Stone Perry on the carry that time. Positive game past midfield.
You can tell Stone wants to hit somebody. He ripped that ball out of Carson's hands. I think Carson wanted to keep that ball. Stone took it from him, and he ran through the linebacker and ran flat over the safety coming up trying to make that play.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Some redemption for his buddy Damaris.
Gain of 10 on the last play, setting up first down and 10 for the Dragons just inside Smithville territory. Handoff up the middle. Peary bangs through a man, turns his back, pushes the pile forward. Indeed, Josh, 12 or 13 yards. Stone Peary will not be denied.
I like it.
As we hit 1 minute to go, third quarter, clock is running. down to the Smithville 35. The Dragons moving the ball down 2 possessions, looking to cut into this Smithville lead, cut it down to a 1-possession game.
Hey, and you know what, Sam, we talked about it. What does the pass do in this situation? It opens up the run.
Bingo.
You can use it both ways. You can use the run to open the pass, and this is working in our favor right here. Let's chew up a little clock ourselves. Impose our will a little bit on these
Stone
guys.
Peary makes one man miss, lowers his shoulder.
He is absolutely shredding the Smithville linebackers. He is on a mission.
Stone Peary is a freight train right now that you do not want to get in front of.
And here's what's good for the Dragons. That's 3 plays in a row to 24, and we're going to switch it up and bring in 34 with some fresh legs right here.
And looking at Stone Peary coming off onto the sideline, he is jacked right now.
Oh, yeah, he is. And it's working well. I'd like to just see it. Just keep feeding the rock to these big dudes. See what they've got. They go up. They come in. Well, they got a 5-man front now.
14 seconds on the game clock in the third quarter. There's a pitch. The double pass. Profit throws. It is caught.
That's a catch. 𝐋𝐤𝐿 coming out of tight end spot.
Oh, pull out everything out of the playbook.
I love it. And you know what? Connor threw that ball kind of sidearm. You know, he doesn't normally throw a sidearm pass, but he had to throw it around the defender. And, you know, shows the versatility there of Connor Profit. You know, as we saw when Carson was hurt early in the season, Carson's a pretty good quarterback himself.
2nd and 2 from the 17-yard line. Dragons trailing 28-14. Nicholson under center for the Dragons. Man in motion, Profit. Nicholson looks to throw, pitches it late to Profit. He catches the football, 15, 10. He's out of bounds there. That could have been a loss, but at the very, very last second, risky play. Nicholson pitches it to Profit. And that will conclude, I should say, quarter number 3. After 3 complete, we've got a ball game. Pittsburg High on the move, trailing by 2 scores, 28-14. We'll see if the Dragons can punch it in when we come back from Hutch Field on ESPN 100.7. This is Dragon Football.
This is Eddie Lomchek, the voice of the Pitt State Gorillas, inviting you to join us for the Coach Tom Anthony Show, live from Chatter's Restaurant and Bar in Pittsburgh. The show comes your way each Monday at 5 throughout the season. Join us in person to take advantage of food and drink specials and enjoy some time with fellow Pitt State fans as we review and preview all things Gorilla football. It's the Coach Tom Anthony Show, Mondays at 5, live from Chatter's on ESPN 100.7 and through the KSHQ app.
The Coach Tom Anthony Show, on your home for Pitt State football.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brent Cousins, and I'm excited to welcome you to our brand new SCK Urgent Care location at 302 East Centennial. Along with our trusted urgent care services, we are now offering comprehensive physicals and innovative anti-aging and wellness treatments, including personalized IV infusions to help you look and feel your best. Whether you need immediate care or want to enhance your well-being, we're here for you. Visit us today at SCK Urgent Care, where your health and wellness are our top priority.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
You want more football? We've got it right here. ESPN 100.7.
First and goal from the 8-yard line for the Dragons. Under center, Carson Nicholson. Ball on the left hash. Man in motion. Handoff. Up the middle, no. Carson keeps around the end to the goal line. He is just short.
Maybe at the 1-yard line.
Down at the 1. Didn't get quite enough, but that's all right. 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Dragons trying to cut into the deficit. Make it a 1-score game. Ball is just a half yard from the goal line. We'll see if the Dragons go QB sneak here. I say the answer to that is a astounding yes, or resounding yes. We will see.
I think you give it to Stone.
Give it to Stone.
I think you read where they set up. 71, big stud. He's in the gap there between the right gap between the Beck and the right guard.
Nicholson under center. Calling out a play to his offensive line, maybe adjusting something. Man in motion. There is the handoff.
Into Stone, and he's in.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. Good call, Josh. Guess what? The Dragons are down to 1 score. It's 28-20. The PAT and a big one from Armando Ruda still to come. Pittsburg High, after being down this entire game, they're still down, but they're definitely not out of this one.
No, and they're fighting good, Sam. I told you, I wanted to see. You saw what Smithville did. They came out with a couple of wrinkles that we weren't ready for, got a couple big, long plays. Luckily, one got called back. The other one went for a touchdown. But the Dragons made some adjustments of their own. And
Armando Ruda, big PAT, hangs in the air and goes through. 28-21 Smithville. Here come the Dragons, and they're pumping up the crowd on their way to the sideline. We'll see if the defense can get a big stop. It's needed when we come back. Back in 30 seconds. This is Dragon football.
I've heard stories of brick and mortar of brawls in the street of downtown Pittsburgh so big the police couldn't do anything to stop them. Even though that sounds fun to me, we've grown up since then. We know what it really means to have a good time. Someone who cares about you behind the bar and a drink made just right. Some old friends and new friends to talk to with the right kind of music playing. Feel the love of the city. Brick and mortar. Stay social.
More football? We've got it right here. ESPN 100.7.
As we come back into the press box here at Hutchinson Field in Pittsburgh, Sam Reeves alongside Josh Dunston with you. Keith Brown back in the MyTown Media Studios producing and engineering this broadcast. A big thank you to Keith. 28-21, here come the Dragons. 14 unanswered for the guys in purple. And can the defense come up with a big stop when it's needed most? 11-10 to play in the ball game. Armando Ruda, Mr. Blue Shoes himself, to kick this one away. He'll pop this one up toward the sideline. It's caught outside the numbers. Up the sideline goes Smithville, and he is brought down just outside the 40-yard line.
That was O'Neal again on that return.
O'Neal to 38 of the Dragons, where Smithville will start this possession.
The big news here on this drive, Sam, is you got Damaris Partee down here still on the bench, gingerly walking. He's up and moving around now. Mason Derringer comes in now for the Dragons, number 17 at outside linebacker. He's had plenty of playing time, very serviceable linebacker. He's not gonna make mistakes. He may not give the same fear on the field if you're Smithville, but I can tell you, if Smithville decides, we're going to go at Mr. Derringer, he's going to make a play.
Absolutely.
And you see right there.
First play, no game. Parker Penamani.
He's woken up in the second half. Absolutely.
2nd and 8 from the 40-yard line. Clock moving 10:40 and counting left in the ball game. 28-21. Smithville in front with the football.
That was a loss of 2, Sam, on that play there.
Gain it 2, 2nd and 8.
Oh, yeah. That loss. Oh, the broken play.
He turned the wrong way. And they couldn't chase him down. Stephan makes something out of nothing, gains a couple. But exactly right. He turned the wrong way to the running back, and the running back wasn't there.
Another time. Happened with Cole Hayden the last series and Nate that time. Get back there and break down, guys. Break down, get ready to make the play. Nate could have had a strip sack there, could have knocked the ball free.
A big 3rd down and 3 from the 45-yard line for the Dragon D. Can they get a huge stop? Pistol formation, Stephan. 2 receivers set. Handoff, Roski.
Nowhere.
He didn't get it. He is short.
Parker Penamani has absolutely taken over this game from the defensive tackle position, Sam.
Parker just flattened him, and here comes a huge 4th down. 4th and 6.
They're going to go.
After a loss of 3.
Let's go, Dragons.
They're going to go. Can they get a stop? Stephan, here's a snap. Handoff, Roski. Just enough to move the chains. Needed 6.
First guy's got to make the
7.
tackle. Goodness gracious.
Missed
first tackles.
And that's a conservative play call, too. Just a running play on 4th and 6. They got 7.5. 1st and 10, ball middle of the field on the power P.
He is a shifty little runner.
9:12, clock moving. Smithville in no hurry here, up by 7 with the football. That was a huge conversion in this game.
Yeah, just when you thought the Dragons had all the momentum, now it swings back to the Warriors side a little bit, and we'll see what they do here. I've noticed O'Neal's not been on the field for the last series, Sam. I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe he's a little banged up over there himself.
Handoff, Roski backwards. Yep, there we go. Loss of a couple.
You got Nate Mitchell in the backfield. Looks like Liam Mann got some penetration that time, and 𝐏𝐢𝐿𝐴 in there to clean it up.
Loss of 1 officially, setting up 2nd down and 11. Nate Mitchell brings him down, as you mentioned. Liam Mahan there, too. 2nd and 11 back from the 49 of Smithville for the Warrior offense. Two receiver set and a tight end. The one side of the field rolling out that way. Quarterback Stephen takes off, spins off a hit, falls forward, and gets a pretty decent gain on 2nd and long. That'll set up 3rd and manageable, and a very, very, very late flag comes in on the play.
I think that's, I don't know.
Late flag.
Parker was kind of throwing his hands up, but he kind of threw it on the Smithville side, like he was throwing it towards a certain player. He's facing it and walk it off against Smithville.
Personal foul, Smithville. Back it up. That's huge.
I didn't see anything, Sam. There was obviously a big pile of guys over there.
And it was after the play, CO says, and he's right. So it's 3rd down. They will not do the down over.
Yeah, we got to have a big play here. We cannot get, we've got, and Odd Neal's back out here wide right, Sam.
3rd and 20.
We can't let a guy get deep on us and can't let him, we got to sure tackle.
Here's the snap to Stephen. He will fake the handoff, throwback screen. Can the Dragons get there and make an open field tackle?
Nope.
No, they can't. First down and more. 30-20, cutting back down the sideline, brought down at the 14-yard line. Goodness gracious, you have to know the screen or a draw is coming. They throw back the screen, and it's a big gain and a 1st down.
Yep, we talked about it in the pregame, was watch that screen. Coach Latimer is hot. He is in the ear of the referee down here on our sideline. He is all over that guy. I don't know what he saw.
I don't either.
I just saw it was well executed as soon as they faked it this way. And I saw that. I guess I told you before the game. I saw it on film. They scored 2 50-plus yard touchdowns against, it was Raytown or somebody they played. One of the blowout wins that they had with that exact play.
Handoff, Roski, middle of the field, touchdown, Smithville.
Oh, fumble.
Oh, he fumbles it and gets back on it. Oh, boy. Disaster.
He was already across the goal line, though.
Russell on the carry, Lyndon Russell. Touchdown, Smithville. And I'm not going to say this game is over, but all the momentum now we're in white and green. Two-score game with 7:10 to play.
We got to come back out. We got to trade them blow for blow.
Yep.
We might lose this, but we're in a slugfest here. We got to show that, this is a heavyweight fight. We got to show that we're heavyweights.
Sure. PAT attempt, good snap, good hold. Kick by Verhulst is up and good. Smithville now up by 14. 35-21 is your score. 7:10 to play in the ball game. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back. This is Dragon Football.
CDL has so many services to keep you comfortable in your home and business, like a full fleet of electricians, plumbers, and heating and air professionals to keep your home and business running smooth. And stay powered with a generator during those bad weather days. Or consider a solar option to supply power at a much lower cost. With the new incentives and rebates, solar has never been cheaper. So remember CDL. One company, so many solutions.
ESPN 100.7 KSHQ Deerfield, Pittsburgh.
As we're back into the booth, you mentioned it, Josh. The Dragons are going to have to trade blow for blow with Smithville, and now's the time to do that and come back in a big way.
Yeah, let's keep fighting. Let's keep working through it. We didn't think this game was going to be easy.
No.
We knew who was coming down. These guys have played for quite a few state titles here in recent years, and they've got an early season loss to Kearney this year, and they'll probably face Kearney late in the playoffs.
4-2 coming in Smithville.
I don't know that they're better than Shawnee Mission South, but they're they're easily one of the two best teams we've played all year.
Jamarcus Davis chased down from behind, ran about 70 yards to get a decent chunk. And the Dragons will start at the 33-yard line or so. Their own 33.
They're ranked 5 in Missouri 4A. They would probably be number 2 team in Kansas 4A behind Miege.
Behind Miege. And people say, how can you rank Miege so high? They have a bunch of losses. Well, look who they play and look at their schedule.
It's like it's like Mill Valley having a couple of losses early and then beating Shawnee Mission South by 40. 49 actually, 49-0.
Gardner was tied with Mill Valley last check, by the way. Handoff Ramage up the middle past the 40 to the 42. Blaine Thornton, former camera guy for us, a Gardner-Edgerton grad who's now working down at Coffeyville Community College, is actually filming the game with Mike Snow down in Baxter Springs tonight. So
oh, really?
Blaine has been in touch with me lately, and of course had to text me the update from Gardner Mill Valley. So yeah, Blaine is
that's
Blaine
a
is
heavyweight
back to
fight
work.
in its own right there.
Yes, it is. Oh yeah.
And Gardner runs the same flex bone style offense like Pittsburg High does, and Mill Valley spreads it out a lot like Smithville does. They spread you out and then they run the ball up the middle. I mean, I'm surprised that game's not over with. Where those two teams are going to control.
2nd and 3. Watch out from behind. Nicholson gets hit. It should be an incomplete pass, and it is. Man, oh man, dodge a bullet.
Got to see that as a running back. We've got to see that and make a block.
An incomplete pass.
Yeah,
he's lucky
to get that arm moving forward on that play.
Yeah. Another big game actually played last night. My alma mater, Blue Valley High, beat a very good Blue Valley Northwest team 27-21. It's a big win for the Tigers, two of the best teams in 6A. Going at it, I believe Northwest was actually ranked above Blue Valley, and Northwest is still 6. Blue Valley is now here in 5A.
I was going to say, I thought Blue Valley dropped to 5A.
They are 5, and Northwest is 6. 3rd and 3 from the 40. Pitch to Profit. Can he get the edge?
Get your head down and get the yardage.
Moving forward, he does. And that's a first down for the Dragons. Got just enough to move the chains. First down, good guys.
Yeah, again, Connor started dancing around a little bit, trying to get a couple extra yards instead of just getting the first. I thought we were going to get caught back behind the sticks there.
Close. Jay Sarrett on the tackle.
Heard CO saw a face mask. I didn't see it, but kind of in a situation where there are face masks that happen.
Yep. 1st and 10 from their own 46 for the Dragons. Under center Nicholson. Handoff, Nate Mitchell. He's lucky to hold on to that football. Goodness gracious. Sandwiched by 2 defenders.
Yeah, they were all over it. They stunted right into the hole.
On the stop, number 4, Isaac Yoder.
Isaac Yoder. There he is. On the tackle for Smithville. 2nd down and 10 for the Dragons from their own 46. No gain on the play officially on that last run. 5:20 clock moving, down by 14. Nicholson fakes the run play. He'll look to throw. Here comes pressure. Carson gets away from it initially. Now will take off and get tripped up at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, what a tackle by number 50. Their
45, excuse me.
Lineman. Carson was wide open and had tons of room to run. I mean, he was the last guy that had a chance out of the front 7. And instead of trying to reach up and tackle Carson up high, he just dove down at his feet and tripped him up.
Chopped him down.
Yeah, and that's smart football. You can just tell how well they're coached. They're a good team. They're platooning. These guys are fresh. You got to think, about 50% of our guys go both ways. They've got nobody going both ways.
That makes a huge difference. 3rd and 11 from the 45-yard line for the Dragonelle. Under center Nicholson. One running back behind him, Stone Peary. Random motion Ramage. Nicholson keeps. Lowers the shoulder out to midfield. Gain of 5. That'll set up 4th and 6. Clock moving, 4:15 to play in the ball game. This is obviously go territory if you're Josh Latimer. Ball at midfield, right in the middle of the power P. On the midfield stripe. Dragons in their purple uniforms, white pants, purple helmets, Smithville in the all-white with the green numerals.
Here's a situation here. You expect the ball's going to go in the air. If it does, receivers got to know where the sticks are. We can't run any 4-yard patterns here. They all got to be 6 yards. You've got to catch it at the marker. You can't expect to break a tackle and make something happen.
Nicholson throws. Ball is deflected and caught. Cooper Vaughn, I believe, on the reception. Yes.
And he had, that's a tipped ball, so that becomes a live situation. He had a defender draped
on his back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly legal. Once it's a tipped ball, it's fair game.
You can go kill a guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that guy was all over it. He was wearing that guy like a shirt.
It's a great play by Cooper Vaughn.
Absolutely. And Cooper's a big baseball guy. That's a lot of the Dragons are a good baseball team.
Made it to state last year.
Yeah, you can just see what that kind of translates to in football. It's making a good play there, watching the ball all the way in.
There's the snap. Nicholson rolls out to his right. Here comes the pressure. Evades the one man. Nicholson directing traffic now. Will throw it late and it's picked off. Oh goodness.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
a late
got
hit
trucked.
And in the back. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, that's after the play, right?
Absolutely after the play, but it's going to back him up.
Okay.
That should be that. that should be a personal foul, and that could end up being an ejection.
For sure. But, man, Carson just trying to make something out of nothing. In a late in game when you're down by 2 scores, I get it. But
yeah,
that's just a tough one.
It's one of those tough things,
Good
You know, Carson's a first-year starter at quarterback, and, a little bit more experience. He's going to know next time. Just throw that ball out of bounds.
Live to see another play.
Yeah, live to see another play on it. Don't get killed. You see him walking off the field a little bit. He got hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, Sam, Smithville's not bringing blitzes or anything.
They haven't blitzed all night.
It's strange that they're getting the pressure now that they weren't getting in the first half.
Right. No, that's a good point. Great point, actually.
Again, some of our guys have been playing both ways and are a little bit tired, but, they should be fresh enough. It just feels like they're that much fresher than us right now.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, here we go. Down by a couple of scores. Let's not let one bad thing become another and another. Let's make a stand, get off the field, give our offense another chance. Let's not let them drive the ball down with 3:15 and get a cheap score on us.
Take all the clock up and go home.
They may take all the clock up, but let's not
fight
let them
till
go
the
down
end
the
of the
score.
game. Yeah, absolutely. Got to fight till the last
keep
whistle.
them out of the end zone here for 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. You mentioned 3:15 to go on the clock.
I'm glad the referee saw that because it was wide open
Oh,
in the
yeah.
middle of the field.
Goodness
Super
gracious.
cheap shot.
Very cheap.
Yeah, it was that.
Hand off up the middle. Roski on the carry. Pile moving forward. Gain of 6. Inbounds. Smart running by him to stay in bounds and keep the clock ticking. Coach Vladimir does have 3 timeouts. We'll let it run here. Under 3 to play. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2 from the 31-yard line. Up next for the Dragons, a trip to Chanute next week. I'm telling you, our road trips in the regular season have been phenomenally close geographically. Final road trip of the year next week in the regular season anyways. Over to Chanute. Before Topeka High comes to town to end the regular season 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for the Dragons. I think
Chanute's tough.
Chanute's probably pretty tough, and Topeka High's got 1 loss there in 6A, so it's not and that's good. That's a good thing. You got to play with the best to beat the best and
get you prepared for the gauntlet of 5A East.
You're not going to get any better beating an Emporia team every week or Labette County. Those teams can play and they can hang with us, but sometimes got to go in and maybe take one on the chin.
Coach Latimer calls a timeout before a 3rd and 2 play. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back. This is Dragon Football.
Folks throughout southeast Kansas have come to know Guest Home Estates as a place loved ones can easily call home. Our assisted and independent senior living facilities are welcoming and friendly with a family-oriented atmosphere that makes the golden years truly golden. You're never too far away with Guest Home Estates. We have locations in Pittsburg, Caney, Garnett, Erie, and 2 facilities in Chanute. Find out more online at guesthomeestates.com. Live happy at Guest Home Estates.
ESPN 100.7.
Consultations Day.
Sam Reeves and Josh Dunston back in with you with 2:23 to play in the ball game. 3rd and 2 from the 31-yard line for the Smithville Warrior offense. It is 35-21. Warriors on top of the Dragons by 14. A loss here for Pittsburg High would send their record on the year to 4-2. Smithville would improve to 5-2. Nate Mitchell just jumps across the line.
Parker, Nate, they all fell to the hard count.
Right there, and that's a 1st down to move the chains.
Yeah, that's breaking down that D on that discipline, accountability, and toughness. You've got to have the discipline. You got to know where you're at on the field. You got to know what they're going to do. You got to know at 3rd and 2, they just come out of a timeout. They're going to try a hard count. You just got to expect it and can't fall for it. Goodness. Well, we got 2:23. Let's keep them out for 2:23.
2 receiver set, tight end motions.
They're going to run the ball here.
And they will run it to Russell. Better penetration that time by the Dragons. Multiple people in there on the tackle. Parker Penamani in there. Also in there for the Dragons is Brian Martinez. And on the stop. Second down and 9 after a gain of 1. Under 2 minutes to play in the ball game. Again, it's 35-21 Smithville. By the way, Colgan just finished their third quarter, 42-14, and a final score from Baxter. Frontenac put up 70.
Wow.
70-21 Raiders over the Baxter Springs Lions. Holy cow. And Colgan's up at Jayhawk Lane 42-14 after the third quarter there from Mound City. Mound City, right, where Jayhawk is?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is correct. Wow, CO just passed along Leavenworth beating DeSoto.
There's a big play.
69-0. Crazy.
Nate Mitchell just came in and knocked a running back down. Oh, I thought he fumbled and we got it, but I guess not.
No, he was down, I think. So 3rd and 6 upcoming. Coach Latt calls a second timeout. We'll go through some more updates from Keith.
Wow, I didn't realize that Leavenworth was that good. I know DeSoto. I mean, I don't know what DeSoto has, but I think like
they're a good basketball and baseball school.
Well, they're always hard to beat in football.
Yeah.
And they're in that same district with Mill Valley, so they get a lot of the kids that maybe want to be a 3-year starter, not going to make it there at Mill Valley, so they stay at DeSoto or go to DeSoto.
Yeah, sure.
And then you've got I watched them. I was watching the score against Baser last week. Baser's always a pretty powerful team too, and
yes,
I'm just surprised Leavenworth is not traditionally that I know of a big football powerhouse. And
they're not.
What do you say, 69?
69-0.
Man, I wonder if that's the other way around. Maybe DeSoto's winning 69.
That's what I kind of feel like. But I don't know.
I'm not doubting anything. It's just I just can't see a DeSoto team putting up that many points.
No.
Or, giving up that many
None.
points.
Heck no. No way. 3rd and 6 out of the timeout. 1:25 to play in the ball game. Coach Latt just burned his second. Coach Spear on the DeSoto.
3rd and 7, Sam. Watch for a screen pass here.
Bingo. That's what I expect.
Their linemen all take off to the side. You know it's coming.
There is the run play up the middle, first down, and a gashing
How
run
do we just
all the way to the 45-yard line?
How do we flat out? And we're
a little bit of extracurriculars. Nate Mitchell and Stone Peary. They're all right. They're all right now. They've calmed down. Did nothing big, just a few words definitely exchanged over there. Maybe a shove or two, but we're all right.
My goodness. How in the heck do you give up 15 yards on a 3rd and 7 play?
And now it's under a minute.
It's like we're just in complete wrong defense.
Something like that. 50 seconds, 1st and 10 for the Dragon 46. They will go to victory formation and take a knee. Then Smithville will head back north with a victory here today. There is the knee. Now 40 seconds on the play clock. Did the Dragons just call a timeout? Yes, they did. Okay. Coach Latt just burned a timeout to stop the kneel down. He's not done yet, apparently. We'll go ahead and take 30 seconds. We'll be back in 30. This is Dragon Football.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. I'm Tree Mulkin, your Pittsburg Edward Jones financial advisor.